What is going on, people? This is Joneth Piptne, and I am back with another podcast. How critical that is to the Bears this season. Now, of course, this season is going to be a straight wash. The Packers is basically going to win the fucking division again, and we're just going to be sitting here probably last in the goddamn division. Despite the fact that we still have a talented defense. Yes, Allen Robinson is coming back, but we still have problems at the quarterback position. And bringing in Andy Dalton is who is actually worse than Trubisky. Might as well should have just kept Trubisky if you weren't going to bring in Russell Wilson. Matter of fact, talking about Russell Wilson, he really wanted to leave. He really wanted to get the fuck out of Seattle, but Seattle played a coup on everybody. They never planned on getting rid of him. If they can try to keep him throughout the season and probably just keep talking to him throughout the season to try to convince him to stay, at least this season they're going to do that. And that's basically what they've been doing. He don't want to stay, but they're just listening to all the people's offers that's offering them what they are offering them, and then they just basically denying it. And if you've been listening to any of my podcasts, any of my videos before, I clearly stated that in order for the Bears to acquire Russell Wilson, they're going to have to give up 2 or 3 draft picks and a player. Now, of course, we don't know the full details on what the Bears offered the Seahawks at this time, but we will eventually find out sooner or later. But whatever the Bears offered, Seattle always was going to say it wasn't good enough, and they was going to be greedy. Like I've said before, any team that's trying to acquire Russell Wilson, they're going to want more than what the hell you asked for. And when it's the Bears, they definitely going to want more, because if they're willing to give up Russell Wilson, they're going to try to cripple the shit out of your team. Yeah, you got Russell Wilson, but you don't have nobody for Russell Wilson to throw to, or weapons or whatever, or defensive backup. That's basically what the Seahawks planned on doing, which is crippling the shit out of Bears, and what they would have did to any team that would have decided to play, or would have decided, play, as in trade their assets for Russell Wilson. Now, of course, we know that didn't happen, and of course, they saying, oh, Russell Wilson might as well should get a new list. A new list? The list that he gave out, that's who the hell he wanted to go to. But Russell Wilson's a smart guy. He's figuring out already. They're not going to trade me. They're going to keep listening to everyone. And until someone give out a ridiculous deal, I'm not going to be traded. I'm going to be stuck here. So, knowing Russell Wilson, if he is as smart as I believe he is, which he's a pretty smart man, he probably would mess around and sit out for a little while. Keep himself in shape, because clearly he just released a video showing that he's keeping himself in shape, and he'll sit back. But if he loves his teammates more than anything, he'll probably mess around and play throughout the season. That's probably what's most likely is going to happen, because regardless of the management that's in Seattle, that's the only reason why he wants to leave, because I'm pretty sure he loves the organization as a whole, because they drafted him, gave him a shot, and he turned out to blossom into the quarterback he is now. And I'm pretty sure he has love for all the players that is on the team, and that would make him want to stick around and play. Not for the organization, because I'm pretty sure he's done with management as a whole. He's done with Pete Carroll, because Pete Carroll not only the head coach, I think he's the GM as well. He's done with ownership. They're not helping him, and they're not giving him the leverage basically that he wants as a quarterback, being the face of the organization. If I'm going to be the face, incorporate me in some of the shit that happens with the organization so that he can be better off long term. But like I said, they want to do what they want to do, and that's exactly what the hell's been happening right now. They just listening to offers saying, yeah, we're interested, but in all actuality, this is just talk, and they just listening. They don't give 2 shits about what somebody is offering unless they giving up half their damn roster for Russell Wilson, and that's what the hell a team is basically going to have to do if they want to get him, which honestly, I'm not even thinking that he's going to go any goddamn well. But back to Andy fucking Dalton. That man couldn't even win games for the Dallas Cowboys last year. In one of the easiest goddamn divisions, he still couldn't win no goddamn games. But the Bears decided to sign him to a 1-year, $13 million deal. A 1-year, $13 million deal. That's some money that the Bears could have put into free agency or at least drafted a quarterback. You already got Nick Foles. Ain't no fucking reason to be spending $13 million on a quarterback that hasn't been good since 2012, 2013. Maybe 2014 the last time he was considered to be a good quarterback. And at that time, he had A.J. Green for the Cincinnati Bengals. So I'm like, this quarterback been known to be washed up over the past 6 years. Ain't been worth shit. But the Bears decided that they want to take a chance on him. Now, of course, the rumors is going to keep coming up that the Bears just don't want to hire no good black quarterbacks. The only quarterbacks that I ever seen in the Bears uniform was Cordero Stewart and Jason Campbell. And by the time the Bears got Stewart, he was already like at his end. Which it's like, I don't know. And then Jason Campbell, right after he left Washington, well, before he even left Washington, his career was already in shambles. And by the time he played a game, it was like, what the hell is going on here? He was just all bad, and then shortly after, he was out of the league. But it seemed like the Bears just don't want to really get no black quarterbacks like that. It's like they get them when they have no choice but to, because there's nobody left on the market. But I've never seen them actually pursue a black quarterback. Now, me personally, I don't know if that's the case. You know, they just terrible at fucking picking people as it is. But of course, you can go back to 2017, but like, well, they should have got Watson and all the above. But all the projections said Trubisky was better, and they went off that thought instead of, you know, using a brain. You know, they was listening to everybody else, so that's how that affected that. That's what I truthfully believe. You know, just paying attention to the scouts. Well, the scouts of the NFL, which most of them, that's if they on TV 9 times out of 10, I don't know what the fuck they talking about anyway, because the majority of the time they wrong. They basically doing what the hell we doing right now, is just that they get paid millions of dollars for it. They went to school to guess and state an opinion that's usually fucking irrelevant anyway. But it is what the fuck it is, man. But I just don't know with this Bears organization. I just know that this season is going to be real rough. And a lot of people were saying that the Bears, that the fans of the Chicago Bears should just stately just turn around and boycott this season. Boycott this season because, once again, the organization choose to fuck us. But the thing is, out of all of this, we still going to get our wish in one type of way. Nagy ass ain't going to be gone no more if the season turns out to be a wash, which we know it will. And Pace will be gone. Most likely, both of them going to be gone mid-season. So that's all. That's all I got to say about that. And I'm pretty sure, overall, us Bears fans will be happy about that at least. But that's all I got to say for today, people. Just tune in and enjoy more podcasts in the near future. And eventually, me and Kofi O'Hemming from KO Sports Talk, we still trying to get some things together, but we will eventually start live streaming our podcast, which means you, the viewer that tunes in, will be able to catch it live. And not only that, you'll be able to tune in and actually say your words or say your piece on the podcast live. And we allow anybody to be able to get on there. We don't discriminate. We allow everybody to be on there and voice their opinion of the Chicago Bears or other Chicago sports team. And be sure to like and subscribe to every video. And subscribe. It's free. It won't cost you nothing. Just like the video and share it to everyone. All right, people. Peace out and be safe. Get your team.